Hey gang, today we're gonna go over the Google IT Support Professional Certificate. Just straight off the bat, straight off the jump, the Google IT Support Professional Certificate actually isn't a certificate at all. It's actually a free course that you can go through. And what this video is for is just to see if it would be a good fit for you. So I break down what the course is, who it's for, and then by the end of this video, you'll be able to make a decision on if this is for you. So why you should listen to me if you've never seen me before, I'm Rob. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I am a former U.S. Army Staff Sergeant that now helps people just like you get IT certifications and awesome tech careers. So I've been doing this for almost 2 decades. I have over 15,000 students taught, have 12 industry certifications, have an MBA in information technology, and I'm an all-around good guy. So before I get into anything, as always, I want to thank all of my current students, all my previous students, and all of my future students in the Zero to IT Pro program. I'll get into that a little bit later. And I also want to give a huge shout out and thanks to all of the channel members. If you want to become a channel member, all you got to do is click that join button that's close to the subscribe button. In the channel membership, for career advice, life advice, tips, and any live training that I've ever done is always reserved for channel members. That's usually the first step that people take just to get a deeper look into who I am, what I do, and then they become a part of our actual training. Now, in the next couple of slides, we're going to be talking about the Google IT Support Certificate and who it's for. And I'm going to go through some practice questions to help you to see if this is a good course for you to start and if it's necessary for you to do. All right, so the Google IT Support Professional Certificate is for entry-level certification for people that's looking to get in the help desk, IT support, system admins, or interested in networking, operating systems, security, and automation. Now, on your own, it usually takes people 3 to 6 months to complete the actual course. So who is the course actually for? So the course is offered for free through Google and is for expiring IT support specialists, help desk technicians, system administrators, network technicians, and just career changers. This is a super entry level course. Now, I will say this. All education is great. All education is awesome. But will this course, the Google IT support course that's offered by Google for free, get you a job? No, most likely not. Now, will it teach you some stuff? Of course. Will it give you a good barometer of what you're good at, what you're not good at? Yeah. But will it get you a job? No. Is this something that you will put on your resume? No. But it is a free education, and education is a good thing. So the requirements, there aren't any really requirements. There's just, if you got an email address and you want to do it, you can do it. But there are a couple different things that are covered. And these, I will say, are, pillars of tech. So troubleshooting and customer support, networking fundamentals, operating systems and system admin, security fundamentals, and automation tools and scripting. Now, after this, like I said, we'll go straight into some questions and answers. I'll read the question, let you guys look at the answers, and then together we'll come up with what the answer is, and I'll explain to you why that is the answer. You ready? Let's get to it. Number one, this is going to be from one of the domains. Let's just see how you do. Now, I'll be honest. These questions that I created are much, much more difficult than the questions that are in the course. And I do that on purpose because if you can get these right, most likely you do not need to go through the course. If you get these questions right, you do not need to go through the Google IT support course. So let's go. A company's customer support team reports that multiple employees are experiencing slow internet speeds and frequent disconnects while using cloud-based applications. The affected users are located in different office buildings, and other employees in the same areas are not experiencing any network issues. The IT support team checks the network logs and finds that affected users' devices have high packet loss and frequent DHCP lease renewals. After further investigation, the technician discovers that all affected devices are using the same outdated network adapter driver. While users with no issues have recently updated their network drivers, some users insist that they haven't changed any settings. And one user claims that the issue started after a recent Windows update. What is the best course of action to resolve this issue? I'll give you guys some time. You can look over the answers, maybe reread the question, and then figure out what you think is the best course of action and what the best answer is. Three, two, one. So the best course of action would be to update the affected user's network adapter drivers to the latest version and then test connectivity afterwards. Updating the network adapter drivers resolves compatibility issues that may have been introduced by the Windows update or outdated drivers. Now, once again, you may be asking yourself, where these questions came from. I created these questions myself, and I actually have 4,000 practice questions just like this for more complex exams such as A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, CSSSP, CEH, certifications that can actually land you a job. So if you want access to those, the link is in the description and you can get access. A system administrator needs to quickly check which processes are consuming the most CPU on a Linux server experiencing high resource usage. The administrator wants to use a command line tool that provides a real-time interactive view of system performance, allowing them to sort processes by CPU and memory usage dynamically. Which of the following Linux commands would best achieve this goal? Three, two, one. Now, what would achieve that goal the best is that command right there is going to provide an interactive real-time view of CPU and memory usage. So the top command allows administrators to monitor processes in real time and sort by CPU or memory usage, making it the most effective tool for troubleshooting high resource usage. A remote worker reports that they are unable to connect to their company's VPN. The IT support team verifies that the user's internet connection is working, the VPN credentials are correct, the company's VPN server is operational. However, when the technician runs tracervpn.company.com, the output shows the connection stalls at the user's home router and does not reach the corporate VPN gateway. The user recently switched to a new internet service provider, and their router's firmware was last updated 3 years ago. What is the most likely cause of the issue? Three, two, one. So most likely, the user's home router does not support the VPN protocol being used. If you got an older router, it probably doesn't support certain protocols that have been updated. That's why the firmware, right? So the firmware is the software that the device came with. And if you haven't updated that firmware, a lot of protocols and a lot of services may not work. A company has implemented a new security policy requiring all employees to use endpoint protection software. After deployment, several users report that they can no longer access certain websites including file sharing services and social media platforms. The IT team confirms that the internet connection is fully functional, and disabling the endpoint protection software restores access to the blocked sites. Which of the following is the most likely reason users are experiencing this issue? Three, two, one. Most likely, the endpoint protection software includes a web filtering feature that blocks certain categories of websites. Many endpoint protection solutions include web filtering to block high risk or non work related sites. A user complains that their Windows 10 laptop has become significantly slower over the past month, with frequent application crashes and high disk usage. The IT support team checks Task Manager and finds that the disk usage metric is consistently at 100%, even when no major applications are running. Further investigation reveals that Windows Update is failing, and a background process called service host sysmain is consuming excessive disk resources. The technicians suspect that a Windows feature is misbehaving and must take action to improve performance. What is the best solution to resolve the issue? Three, two, one. So the best thing to do would be disable sysmain, formerly known as superfetch, in services and restart the system. A superfetch is a Windows service that optimizes application performance, but on some systems, it can cause excessive disk usage. That's it. That's all. If you are interested in enrolling to the Zero IT program, you can do that below. Now, I promise you guys that I would tell you if I thought the Google IT support course was worth it. I would say hell no, to be honest. I think you should be working more towards things that actually will lead to more money, better job opportunities, and this isn't necessarily one of those things. Now, this is awesome as a supplement to whatever you're doing, but I think if you're looking for your first certification, you may want to go after A plus or another certification that can actually lead to some job opportunities. Other than that, I'll see you in class.